Hello everyone, this is Ketish here. In this video, I'm going to go through the AQA Biology Paper 1 Higher Tier from 2023. This paper is 1 hour 45 minutes long and it's out of 100 marks and it has a total of 6 questions. So let's have a look at question number 1. Question number 1 is on the topic of infection and response, mainly about discovering drugs. A root in a plant is a plant organ. Plant roots contain many different types of tissues. What is a tissue? Now remember, in terms of cell organization, starts with cell, tissues, organ, system, and then organism. So tissue is a group of cells with similar functions doing a specific job. So the answer is a group of the same or similar cells with a similar or specific function. Now you could describe example muscle tissue, but if you just simply say muscle tissue, you're not going to get the mark. Tissue in the tip of a plant's root contains stem cells. Stem cells can differentiate into any type of cell. Name the type of tissue in plants that contains stem cells. And now in animals, we just simply call them stem cells. But in plants, where you find it in the roots and the shoots as well, there's a different name, that is the meristem. You don't have to say tissue, but it's a meristem tissue as a whole. In the past, many drugs were extracted from plants. Aspirin is a painkiller. Which plant does aspirin originate from? And that would be the willow. Now there's a couple of plants that you need to know that we actually extract different types of medicine. One of them is the aspirin from the willow tree. Scientists have extracted chemical A from the deadly nightshade plant. Chemical A can be used as a painkiller. Table 1 shows information about where chemical A is found. So part of the deadly nightshade plant. So roots 1.3, leaves 1.2, berries 0.7. So it's the roots that has the most amount of chemical. The scientists usually extract chemical A from the berries of the deadly nightshade plant. Suggest one reason why berries are used instead of leaves or roots. Now, if you did, you would nearly take double the amount of mass of the chemical A, but you'll have to wind up destroying the plant. So it's easier to harvest the berries as well, and you can just keep on growing the plants over and over again. So any of those, when it says suggest, you can, as long as the information makes sense, you'll get a mark. Suggest one reason why berries are used instead of leaves or roots. Berries are easy to access or to pick, easier to extract the chemical. You guys think of like grape juice. Taking berries will not harm the plant, whereas leaves or roots would. A deadly nightshade plant has fluorosis, yellow leaves. The mass of chemical A found in the leaves of the plant is 60% of the mass shown in table A. Now 60% of the leaves. So what does the table say? 1.2 grams per 100 gram in 100 grams of plant tissue. So 1.2 grams, let me write that down. So how much does it have? 1.2 grams in 100 grams. Calculate the mass of chemical A in 200 grams. Now, according to the table, in 100 grams, it should have 1.2. So in 200 grams, it should have double that, isn't it? So, am I missing something? So let's go through this way. So in 100 grams, there is 1.2 grams. So in 200 grams, that's 1.2 times 2, which is 2.4 grams. Now, what they're saying is we are expecting for it to be 2.4, but according to the question, the mass of chemical A found in the leaves is 60% of the mass shown in the table. So this 2.4 is equal to 100%. So how much is 60%? 2.4 times 0.6 will give me 1.44 grams. And finally, I need it in milligrams. So they haven't given a conversion, but you need to remember 1 gram is 1,000 milligram. So therefore 1.44 times 1,000 is equal to 1,440 milligram. 1,440. Next part. Question number 6. Suggest one reason why the leaves of the deadly nightshade plant have chlorosis. Why the leaves have chlorosis? Now, if it's yellow in color, that's mainly because it doesn't have chlorophyll, right? And the reason it wouldn't have chlorophyll is because if the soil is lacking in magnesium ions is responsible, or you need magnesium ions for, or the plant need magnesium ions to make chlorophyll. So any of those 2 points will be correct. But there is also a lot of other reasons why a plant leaf might be yellow. So here's a whole list of them. You could say lack of water, incorrect pH of the soil, or it's acidic, or it's alkaline. You could give a named infection, lack of light. I wouldn't say tobacco mosaic virus because it's not the tobacco plant that you're talking about. Chemical A has not been tested in large-scale clinical trials in the UK. It is important for drugs to be tested in clinical trials before the drugs are approved for use by the public. Give 2 reasons why. Now, if it is not tested, then you wouldn't know whether the drug that you're taking is a poison or not. According to the information that they were given, it is actually a deadly nightshade plant, isn't it? That's what they said. It's a deadly nightshade plant, but it can be used as a painkiller. So how much of it would kill you? How much will actually act as a painkiller? So you need to know the toxicity level, right? And the dosage, how much can you actually take, and whether it will actually work on humans, right? So reasons for checking is to check for toxicity, to check for dosage, to check for efficacy, how efficient it is. There are many online reports making claims about the effects of chemical A. Some of these reports are biased. Suggest one reason why a report making claims about the effects of chemical A may be biased. Why would someone write a report online saying that it's really good medicine? Maybe the company is actually paying someone to actually do it. Same with bloggers or companies writing food reviews. So writers or companies may get financial gain, like bloggers getting financial gain of free food from different restaurants, or the competitor may suffer financial loss. So you could pay someone to write about it, and that way you're basically destroying the business of your competitor. How can scientists be sure that claims about new drugs are valid? Advertise the claims on social media. That's not going to work. Ask an international company to produce the drug. It could be far worse. and have the claims peer reviewed. Yes, that would be the best option. Publish the claims in a newspaper. It's not going to have any effect. So that brings us to the end of question number 1, and I will see you in question number 2.